What if I told you body count does not matter and does? Like literally, it matters and it doesn't. And that's not to be the, oh, both sides are the right type of person, but quite literally, depending on not who you ask, but depending on the case by case scenario, count can definitely play a part in a relationship. Not to say that people don't have their own preferences, meaning they don't mind a partner with multiple relationships, or they do mind someone with multiple relationships. That's true too, but I'm talking about romantic maturity. As I said before, someone who's had multiple relationships may not be on the same level of romantic maturity as someone who's this is their first relationship, and that might complicate a relationship. Which is why it's definitely important to at least know where your partner is at before you start a serious relationship, and vice versa. Not to be judged for it, but to see if you guys are compatible, just as insight. Someone who has their first relationship on the plate might not feel ready or might feel overwhelmed dating someone who's had multiple relationships in the past. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that they think, oh, you're a 304. It just means that they might want someone on their pace, someone who's also new to relationships so that they can grow and build and learn about relationships together. If anything, that makes sense for both parties. So, yes, no matter what you are, I think it is important to open up to someone who wants a serious relationship with you about your past relationships. You don't even have to go into detail about them, but at least let your partner know how many you've had. Obviously, this is only my take, but I think that's only fair, especially if you don't believe that body count is something that changes your worth at all, depending on the amount. If I was to go into a serious relationship, I would have no shame opening up about my past. A serious relationship means the potential of someone that I'm going to be spending most of my time with, the most important person in my life, potentially. So why would I not open up to this person? This is a person you're supposed to trust. And of course, if you don't want to trust them, don't be in a relationship with them. Again, this is not to say that everybody with a lot of relationships has low or high romantic maturity, or they all have drama, but it's at least fair to give your partner this insight so you guys can both discern if you guys want to continue. But then there's also this other thing about shaming people with a lot of relationships, or shaming people with even no relationships. It happens on both sides of the spectrum. And I want to defend both for a second. For someone with multiple relationships, you quite literally don't know why they've been in multiple relationships. And some people might think I'm crazy for defending this, but my point is you quite literally don't know the contents of these relationships. I'm not talking about just people being manipulated in relationships. I'm literally talking about the state of some people's partners, and how because of people's ignorance and arrogance to quickly assume things, it leaves them looking like a clown. I'll give you an example. I've seen someone mock someone for being a single mother when they revealed to them that they were a single mother, and they said something along the lines of, that makes sense. Of course they would leave you. Little did this clown know the dad didn't leave. He was sick. People will literally judge widows before knowing their situation just to inflate their ego over their room temperature IQ. Like, bro, it's fascinating how slow some people are. Or on the topic of body count, you don't know how this person got to that point. You don't know what someone might have did to them. And yet, Mr. Know It Nuns will judge these people, even though nobody is forcing you to date someone who's been in multiple relationships. If you don't want that, don't date them. But these people still go out of their way to actually judge and say that they wouldn't date them. And the irony is that these people talk like addicts, but that's a video for another day. Bro, it's crazy. Moving on to people with no relationships, no relationship experience. People often call these people losers, or look down upon people who are alone, even by their own will, and make fun of them for being lonely. They are stronger than you. You are making fun of someone stronger than you. They don't have to rely on anyone else's validation to go on, to live on. But you're here relying on someone else. If they were to leave you, I guess you have nothing to your name, because apparently the pinnacle of life is being with someone. And you know what? If that's what it is to you, sure, go ahead. But don't clown anyone else that's stronger than you, bro. That can literally stump through life by being themselves. They have their own aura. You do not. But that's a video for another day. My last point is towards the people who talk about body count being zero to preserve themselves for marriage. If that's what they want to do, then leave them alone. It's fascinating to me that everyone is so eager to have an opinion on someone else's life, on someone else's life choices. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. But why are you so obsessed over telling them, oh, that's stupid? Get a job. If something doesn't work for you, if something isn't important to you, if something doesn't hold value to you, good for you. Let it hold value to someone else. If it holds value to someone else, and why is that so hard? Like, buddy, nobody asked for your opinion. If you want your take to be heard, make a video like I'm doing right now. At least then you could probably make some pape off that dirt opinion with your engagement farming or something. But yeah, if anything, I respect people who want to wait till marriage. At least that shows that they have self control and aren't willing to just throw themselves at anything. At the end of the day, like I said before, do what works for you. Body count may not matter to some people, body count may matter to other people. Let them live their lives. And if you don't saw a tip right, and you might not be able to live yours. You do you. Lock in.